Okay, today's video, we're going to be talking about the big problems that we have when it comes to selling exclusively through Amazon KDP. Then we're going to talk about the solution, which is building a real business. So this video, I can promise you, is going to open a whole world of opportunities to people that actually want to go down this path as well. Going to explain that and what I think is probably going to be the YouTube first on this topic. So we're going to take a look at the dangers of relying on just selling through Amazon. We'll take a look at the solution, which is to create a real business by creating a brand store. So what we're going to do in this video is take a look at a demo brand store that we have created to show you what this looks like and the benefits to doing so. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Chris. I've been self-publishing through Amazon for over 10 years, and everything that I talk about on my channel is what I'm actively doing myself. So let's get into this and talk about the problem with selling just through Amazon KDP. And of course, this is not to fearmonger or make people feel bad or anxious about what they're doing. This is just the reality. Now, in the next slide, we'll take a look at the massive solution to all of this. So of course, the main problem here is that you can have your account terminated. Now, I did a poll in my Facebook group a while ago, and around 50 to 60% of people who voted on that poll have had some kind of problem with their account, whether it's getting their books blocked, their account terminated, or books sent back into draft and rejected. Most people at some point will have a problem with their account. Now, this is one of those places where you can build up something and spend months, even years, just to have it taken away from you overnight. And of course, Amazon can do anything they want. This is their platform. They have this bizarrely strict whilst also vague terms, which means if they want to terminate your account, they really don't need to give you any kind of reason. And of course, they won't pay you anything that you are owed as well. So again, one of the other problems here with selling on Amazon, as we know, even though that there is a ton of opportunities, it is still highly competitive. Now, one huge pain point that a lot of publishers have is using Amazon ads, because they are expensive, and no matter what anybody says, they are temperamental and they can be very confusing as well. So everything that we're doing on Amazon, we're kind of playing this game on hard mode, because we're of course limited to their rules, whether it's the keywords, whether it's the amount of images that we can use, pretty much everything. And if they don't like something as per their vague terms, then they can block the book or terminate the account. So other things as well. Now, specifically for people that are selling coloring books are my main pursuit. They're what I'm building at the moment. They're where I make pretty much the entirety of my income. We're limited to things like their paper quality, which leads to bad reviews. Pretty much every good selling book will have some bad review regarding the paper quality. The pricing is just a race to the bottom. It kind of feels like it, and it is very tempting to price your books very low in order to just compete. Of course, there are opportunities to price higher for premium products, but for most of us who can't get to that level of like Coco Wao or Jade Summer, we can't necessarily warrant a higher price for our books. Again, in terms of limitation, there's no real premium offering here. So yes, selling on Amazon is a great opportunity, but of course there are a ton of pitfalls as well when it comes to selling just through Amazon. Of course, this is not to say that we should stop selling through Amazon. Of course, we should make the most of this opportunity, but in terms of this being a real business, which kind of feels like the elephant in the room a lot of the time, is there really a real business that is pretty much controlled entirely by Amazon, who can shut you down overnight? Does that really feel like a real business? And to me, it doesn't. It's one of these things that keeps me super anxious with my account. I wake up, I'm wondering, is my account there? Have my book's been blocked? Of course, we can follow the rules, but with them being so strict and vague at the same time, you just don't know if something's going to happen to your account. And let's be real, this is not the pursuit of a real business. Even though this should be treated like a business, it should be part of your publishing business, but it shouldn't be your everything. So this is going to be some really eye-opening stuff here, because we're going to take a look at what I think is one of the first brand stores that's been shown off on YouTube. We've specifically had this brand store created to show off in these videos to give independent publishers an idea of how they can make more money and be safer away from Amazon. So what do we do? Just briefly, what do we do? What do we need to do in order to start building this real business away from Amazon? We need to start building a huge email list. We need to make sure that we're the ones that own the customer data and not Amazon. We need to start building a loyal following so that we can then market more products to them. And we hear a lot about branding on YouTube. Now, as far as I can tell, people's idea of branding is just having a pen name and that pen name being on your book cover. Now, real branding is going to take you a whole different direction, a whole new wonderful world that you can open up, where you actually have branding on multiple products across your website. Okay, so again, what we want to happen here is to feel safe and in control of our publishing business while still making sales from Amazon, of course, but we want the control and safety away from Amazon. So how exactly are we going to do this? And this is what I would recommend that a lot of people start focusing on going forward. It doesn't have to be something that you implement instantly, but if we're looking at this for the next 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, or however long that we want to be in business, then we have to seriously consider a brand store. So let's go ahead and take a look at the demo store that we've specifically had made to showcase this pursuit. So this is the demo store that we've had created. Now this is what I'm actively having made for my own coloring book pen name. So again, everything that I talk about is everything that I'm actively doing myself, and on this we have some extremely exciting stuff that I'm going to show you now. So before I show off the entirety of the brand store, we actually did a live call about this on the last Friday call that I was hosting, where I take a look at the strategies that I'm going to be using for my own brand store. Some really exciting stuff that I'm actually using on my own brand store that I'm going to be showing off inside of these live calls. And inside the membership, I share absolutely everything that I'm doing, my main pen name, my main brand, pretty much everything that I do, the store that I'm building, everything gets shown off. My best-selling books, I show absolutely everything that I'm working on, everything that I've done, everything going forward. And we have a ton of topics that get recorded every single Friday in our group calls. And alongside that, we have all the course content. If you're struggling with direction with any specific topic, we have niche research courses, keyword research, launching, ads and marketing, more advanced strategies, metric stuff, case studies. And like I said, all the live calls are recorded here as well. That's Raydog.com in the description below if you want to check this out. But alongside all of that, what we have is a Discord group with a very active, very helpful community. And one of the most game-changing sections that we have, one of the most game-changing rooms we have, is the Raydog seller room, where people can come, post their book covers, get feedback from me and other successful sellers as well. There's a ton going on here that is going to help people understand where they are and what they need to do with their book covers, their advertising, etc., etc. So let's just go through this mock-up store now and take a look at how this is going to look. So as you can see, what we'll be doing is offering basically our books on a website. Then we'll be using a different print on demand provider to print these books off as and when the customer buys through this. So getting traffic to this is a completely different matter that we're going to in a different video. But just to take a look at how this looks here, we'd obviously be selling all of our books through the website at a higher price as well. So when you have a website, you are eliminating the vast amounts of competition that exists on Amazon. So one of the things that I've been talking about to people inside the membership recently is that if we're going to do this, we need to increase the lifetime value of the customers that come through our website. So one of the ways that we're going to be doing this is by offering other print on demand products such as gift wrapping, magnets, socks, stickers. There's an absolute ton that you can offer here. So just to take a look at what some of this would look like, the customer can come over, they can buy, add to the cart, do all these great things, and you actually make decent money with every customer that comes through your website. So one of the things here when it comes to the website is that when you're setting up a brand store, you want it to be super simple. You want there to be hardly any distractions and resistance when it comes to the customer going and seeing the item that they want and then pressing the add to cart or pay with PayPal option here. So again, just to touch upon something, we have a lot more control over the things that we're going to show off inside of each of our listings as well. And one of the most important things that we need to make sure that we're doing if we're building a real business, if we're super serious about this going into 2025, is that we need to be capturing people's emails when they come to our website, because of course what's going to happen when we have their emails, we're then going to make sure that we continue to sell to these customers for a very long time. So no matter what it is, whether it's more books, more book releases, magnets, other merchandise, we want to be able to give them the option to buy more from our brand. So like I said, this is some super exciting stuff, because the possibilities here, this is what opens up a ton of new possibilities here. So for example, if you wanted to offer exclusive versions of your book before they get released on Amazon, for example, you could do that through your website, and that would incentivize people to purchase, to come onto your website and stay on your website and purchase through for a higher price. I say I'm not going to talk about absolutely everything, because it would take us all day to talk about all the possibilities here, but I'd love to know what you think about this. This is actively what I'm doing for my main pen name. Let me know what you think, if this is something that you want more video content on in the future. So there's going to be a ton of benefits to having a brand store versus not having a brand store. We have ways where we're going to be able to make Amazon ads profitable, whereas opposed to just selling on Amazon, the advertising has to be done in a very specific way, a very strategical way. Of course, we talk about that inside the membership. We have course content for that, but Amazon ads is something I feel very, very strongly about, and it is something everyone needs to be very, very careful with. Of course, with a brand store, we can offer premium prices, and depending on the print on demand provider, we can increase the quality of the paper, we can create a brand, we can offer different types of binding and book covers. It eliminates a ton of competition. There's just so much going here, but the main thing here is that we have control over our businesses. So if you want to check out all these, you can pause the video, the pros and cons here. That's just a brief introduction into selling away from Amazon, some super powerful stuff that I think is going to open a world of opportunities for independent publishers. If you want more content on this, make sure that you leave a comment, because this is super exciting stuff. And if you want to see everything, all the strategies that I'm actively doing myself with my main pen name, from the brand store to everything that I do directly on Amazon with the niches, the books that I'm publishing, everything that I'm doing is inside the membership. So if you want to check that out, it's chrisraydog.com. We have 9 courses. We have weekly seller coaching, so you can join me every single Friday with other publishers, where we have weekly coaching events, private seller room, where you get access to the seller room with me and other dedicated sellers. You can get feedback, direct feedback on what you're doing inside of the membership. There's just a ton that goes into this, and a ton coming as well. So that's chrisraydog.com. That's it for this video. I'll see you in another one very soon.